What's happening, guys? I want to introduce you to the new drag truck build on the channel that I am starting. You guys might recognize my 1996 Dodge Dakota Sport. This is a first gen Dakota. This truck I got for $250 off of a dealership that had been closed down and bought by a new dealership, and the previous owners were looking to get rid of some stuff, and they were looking to get rid of this truck. But as you can see, it looks a little rough on the surface. Oh, we got lots and lots of rust. You can see my tape job here. This is the other side. We got the same thing going on. And this, you can see, I don't know if you quite see, this is just a complete hole. And the last thing is, I just need a whole new bed for the truck. It is beyond repair. So step one of the whole drag truck process, in order to get this thing ready to put in the power plant that I have for it, it needs to be repaired. So I have body parts I'm gonna show you quick for the repair. The only thing I don't have is a bed. Okay, so I went to Chrysler's of Carlisle in last May, about 7 months ago, and I was able to pick up this stuff for steel. The tailgate that I have is not kosher, is in pretty shitty condition on the truck. So whether the bed I get comes with the tailgate or not, I have a spare one. As you can see, we did start some of the body work on it. Bondo, bad news. Brand new rocker panels. These are actually ordered directly from a Chrysler dealership. That is a Challenger panel. I won't talk about that dent. And here are two front fenders for it. As you can see, they're both red. They need to do the body work. This has minimal rust here. This can be welded and fixed, whatever. Still in fantastic condition compared to what I'm dealing with. But this is the first step, getting these all sanded down, fixed. As you can see, this one has quite a bit of Bondo in it. And you can see some of the lower spots where there's some dents. They need to be fixed and then put on. Usually you do the fenders, and when you have the fenders off, that's when you do the rocker panels. Okay, so here's one of the things I'm most excited about. This is a small block Mopar 360 5.9 liter Magnum. Bought this off a family friend. It came out of a Dodge pickup truck. I don't know the exact reason it was pulled, but upon taking this thing apart, we took the heads off. The heads were cracked, and it ended up eating the cam on the inside, destroying some of the cam bearings on the inside of the block. The cam was on the lobes of the cam were getting filed down on the inside, so it was just kind of eating itself. I took it over to the machine shop local to me. They put all new cam bearings in it. They decked it, cooked it to clean it up. They put all new freeze plugs in it. They put cam bearings in it. And this thing is ready to rip roar. I thought about getting it bored to put a stroker kit in it, but when we had this thing torn apart, we determined there wasn't much cylinder wall left to be able to withstand boring it out and like a bigger size piston. So we just left it at the stock 360 cubic inch. Here is the crank as well. I had this checked over and cleaned as well. So we have a block and a crank. I have the stock pistons upstairs. They just need kind of cleaned up. Whether I'm going to use them or not, I'm not 100% sure. Or if I'll just order a new set. There was nothing wrong with them, so cross my fingers I can use them to save me a little bit of money, because I am trying to keep this as budget friendly as possible. But that is sort of the engine setup. Just this normal small block, run of the mill 360. This thing built up and over time, and I think it'll be a hell of a ripper. Now let's go show you what transmission we're putting behind this thing. Okay, transmission. What we have here is a 727 transmission, automatic with a small block bell housing. Now this thing may look rough on the outside, but I promise you the innards of it are actually in fantastic condition. Look at this dude. I'm gonna drop on my head or something. I was actually able to pick this transmission up for free. One of the guys that I race with, he said he'd give it to me for free. He had it sitting around. He was going to put it in a project of his, but he ended up wanting a 904 instead of a 727. So he gave it to me. All I did was I bought him lunch and paid for a little bit of his gas. So I'm in it less than like 75-100 bucks. You can't beat it. I got a rebuild kit for it. Once I put like a B&M shift kit in it and a couple other minor things, this transmission should, and it needs a really good coat of paint. The blue just ain't doing it for me. The last sort of piece I have to the Power Barn, you have the engine, small block, 360, 5.9 Magnum. We have the 727 transmission, and this is the rear end that I have right here that I got a smoking deal on it when I went to Carlisle to get these other pieces. This is a rear end out of a 1999 Dodge Dakota RT. It's a 392 gear, sure grip, limited slip, posi traction, rear end. And this thing is complete hub to hub. It will need going over. I probably will put new bearings and stuff in to rebuild it. With some minor fabrication, this thing should be able to squeeze right in, and it completely saved me a boatload of money with buying a rear end. And that pretty much concludes the whole powerhouse that is going to be put in this truck. All right, so there is like a million things that needs done with this truck to be completely finished with a drag truck, and it is many, many moons away, I feel, till it's completed. But when you get the body panel sanded down and ready to put on, I need to find a bed for it, which I'm going to try and do this summer at the car show. With a little patience, I think this thing will turn into a sweet looking truck. This thing will be absolutely ripping, and I can't wait to see and have a consistent drag vehicle to run, and also something to run on the street and fry some tires. I think that would be really cool. But that is the truck. That is the new build on the channel. I hope you guys are excited for it. Subscribe if you're new, and these videos will keep coming out as soon as I can make them. So I appreciate you guys watching so much. That's it for this video. Subscribe if you are new, and I will talk to you later on. Happy holidays, happy new year. We'll see you later.